Okay, I'll just make it in 2 videos, whatever. Coco coir. Said comes in a big brick. They do come in smaller bricks. Everybody doesn't need 10 or 11 pounds, but I use a fair amount. Anyway, I typically dump 4 or 5 gallons of water in here. And what you're trying to do, you don't want it soupy. Everybody says moist but not wet, and that's so... It doesn't make sense until you do it. And once you get it figured out, it'll make sense. You want it basically to basically be like a wrung out sponge. And then I'll go in there and add my perlite for the drainage. That's the white stuff that you guys see, the little styrofoam looking stuff. Anyway, it's little by little, taking a little bit more because I didn't plan ahead. I didn't break it up. I didn't hit it with a knife. Last time I hit it with a hammer and a pry bar. They do have seams along the edges of the bricks that make that very easy. In case you don't want to use the whole brick, I use the whole brick. And I'm going to let that sit there and marinate because I don't feel like doing it all right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I took my night-night pills. I'm tired. And you right there. Throwing the lid on it will keep all the humidity and moisture inside, which is what I want. I want that moisture soaking into that brick. So I got to put this guy in a bucket. That's not going to work as is. I don't know if you can see it mounded up like that. It's not viable. I got to pot these papayas up into 5 gallons. That back there, that's my mom's aloe vera plant. The cats had absolutely destroyed it, and it's turned into a tree. Mangoes are doing more stuff. Bananas are always, going crazy. I'm waiting on these other papayas to sprout. They're going to take up soil. I'm hoping that I can propagate these guys for the springtime. Again, these are the Burl Marxes that I've got. I was like, hey, let's sell some shit. And then the weather was like, hey, let's get really cold. So there's that. And I was going to sell Pinky. Pinky was going to go to Hollywood. Now I got to figure that one out. Because we're going to have lows in the 20s for the next foreseeable future. The crotons are coming back. I do have some more lights to hang up. I'm not particularly impressed with them. I've got one in the bedroom I can show you guys. They're not bad. They're just not great either. If that makes sense. They'll serve their purpose. Let me sit down on that for a minute. But if I doubled them up, they shouldn't be too bad. I tested them, and I only got like 300 par out of them, which is not terrible, considering like after my coupon, I think I paid like $19 for them, which for a set of 4 grow lights, that's not bad. $19 for a set of lights. How can I bitch about that? And it's like these Barinas. I ended up getting them for $50 because I wasn't pleased and I was going to send them back. And they're like, no. Please just, we'll give you a discount. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll take $50 off. And then I end up getting them for $50 for $120 set of lights. That ain't bad. My SciCAD looks like it's trying to push 2 new flushes. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where it'll push like a whole crown all at once. Low-key, that kind of scares me, because where the hell am I going to put it? These alocasias, those are alocasias. These are colocaceas. I got corrected on Palm Talk, because the difference is the leaves point down on these, and these point up. I didn't know that these were going to get that big this fast. I knew they were going to get big. you know, but not that fast. I definitely need to pot these guys up or throw them in one of these totes. I do have some leftover potting soil. I might just do that at some point. Because this one, I mean, like, they're miserable in these tiny pots, man. And even this bucket, it's their roots spread out horizontally, not vertically. So having them confined to such a small space is really not conducive to their growth habits and all that good shit. But that's doable. Honestly, it's like a 20-minute job. I just haven't felt it. And they don't need to be in the Coco coir and perlite mix. They can be in whatever, and they'll grow. What else? What else? Spring sales. First thing, new heater. This thing is an unreliable piece of shit. It is what it is. I'm not lying either. It's the pilot light goes out constantly. It's dangerous. Yeah, I need to check with my friend and see which philodendrons these are, because I don't remember. I just know that they were exotic ones. You know, it seems like I don't really have any normal shit. You know, I mean, I've got like a Congo Rojo, and that's like the most normal shit I've got. So that's cool, I guess. I'm definitely going to propagate this one just because I've had to take so many leaves off of it. So, I mean, I might as well. I can get, I don't know, 3 or 4 good-sized plants out of it as it is. Wait a little bit, get 5 or 6 more, you know. She's pretty. I don't want to cut her up, but she looks like that's her purpose. Maybe it's because she's in such a small container. But, you know, do what you do. I can never remember the name of this. I just call this Mexican orchid thing. I finally gave it some attention. Dozen or so mango seeds, dragon fruit cuttings. Hang another light over the crotons. They're recovering very nicely, actually. I just want them to get more color to them again. But, I mean, it's January. What are you going to do, you know? One of my agaves, put it in a bigger pot. Gave it some actual soil instead of just the rocks that I had it in. Maybe it'll grow more. Yeah, John, that sounds kind of like how plants work, my dude. That sounds like how they work. And earlier, to kill that last batch of soil, remove the fan, I put my Monstera in a 5-gallon pot. Heavily root bound. I'll get it some more light. It'll grow like crazy. I'll propagate the shit out of it. They're not in high demand like they used to be. I've still got a little corner over here. I can put some fancy foo-foo stuff, and I've got a couple of the floor lamps that I bent with some fancy LED bulbs in them. I've got over here, I can put some foo-foo stuff right here. I just don't want to put anything right next to the door, so maybe slide the bench down. I've got a pendant that I can hang from the ceiling with a 36-watt fancy LED bulb. It's like a 500-watt equivalent, so something that can handle, you know, mucho light. Maybe this guy. My Butia hybrid from Patrick Schaefer. Survived 9 degrees in a pot. Unprotected. Bulletproof. Sable Irisana check. Okay, you're looking okay. I bottom watered it. It looks like the coir is soaking the water up. That's good. That's what we want. Oh. I didn't notice that Butia in the bag. The Butia odorata has thrown a huge new leaf. This one right here is what's left of my mom's rubber tree. The cats used it as a chew toy and a toilet. They potted it up in a pot that was way too big, wrapped the roots in paper towels, put it in a dark corner, and never watered it. So, fingers crossed, good vibes. Want to save it. The only existing surviving piece of it is a cutting that I sold to a dude in Miami. So, anyway, that's that. Gets hot in here. I'm done. I'm not mixing soil tonight. You see all the condensation on the windows because it's like 80 degrees in here and like 40 degrees outside. So, everything's happy. Everything's growing. My guava cuttings are taking. I might do some more of those. I mean, what the hell? I've got it. I can propagate the shit out of it as far as I want to. I've got some branches of the crepe myrtles I want to cut up. Throw those in some potting soil, bring them in, get them started, have them ready for spring, do those in the bags like I'm doing the willows outside. And we'll be good to go, man. Springtime rolls around, I will have Clark County ready. I will have some big shit for Clark County. Appreciate y'all.